If this message has found you today, pause for a moment. Not later, not after you finish scrolling, but right now. Because sometimes the universe becomes quiet for a reason. And sometimes a message appears at the exact moment someone is standing on the edge of giving up. If you are hearing these words right now, there is a possibility that this is not random. Something inside you has been asking for guidance, for relief, for a sign that the weight you have been carrying will not crush you forever. And today, in this very moment, you may be hearing the gentle but powerful whisper of Krishna, telling you that the chapter you are struggling through is not the end of your story. It is preparation. You may not have told anyone how tired you really are. On the outside, you continue moving through your responsibilities, answering messages, showing up at work, smiling when people expect you to smile. But inside, something has been heavy for a long time. There are nights when your body lies down, but your mind refuses to rest. Thoughts move in circles like restless winds that will not settle. You replay conversations, you calculate bills, you wonder if you are falling behind, while everyone else seems to be moving ahead. There are moments when you question whether you made the wrong choices somewhere along the road of your life. Sometimes the pressure is financial. The numbers do not align the way they should. Expenses rise while opportunities seem delayed. You try to stay hopeful, but quietly you ask yourself how long you can keep managing things like this. Other times, the battle is emotional. There are days when you feel surrounded by people and yet strangely alone. The kind of loneliness that cannot be solved by noise or distraction. The kind that appears when you realize that most of your struggles are silent battles no one else truly sees. Maybe you have been carrying responsibility for your family, trying to be strong for everyone else, while secretly wishing someone would be strong for you for once. Maybe you are afraid that you are not where you should be in life. You see others building careers, relationships, stability, and you wonder if you missed a train that everyone else managed to catch. And then there are those quiet moments when doubt creeps in and whispers something painful. What if things never change? But listen carefully now, because there is a truth that has been hidden inside your struggle. There are seasons when life feels confusing, not because you are lost, but because you are being prepared for something new that your current understanding cannot yet see. And in those moments, when the path seems uncertain, there is a presence that has guided countless souls through chaos, doubt, and transformation. That presence is Krishna. Krishna is not distant from your life. He is not only a figure from ancient stories or scriptures written long ago. Krishna is the calm voice that appears when your mind is overwhelmed. Krishna is the quiet strength that lifts you when your confidence begins to collapse. Krishna is the guide who walks beside those who believe they are walking alone. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna does not appear in a peaceful temple or a quiet garden. He appears on a battlefield, standing beside someone who is exhausted, confused, and afraid. That person is Arjuna, a warrior who suddenly finds himself unable to move forward. The battlefield of Kurukshetra stretches endlessly before him. The air is tense. The ground trembles under the weight of armies preparing for war. Conch shells echo through the sky like thunder, announcing the beginning of something unstoppable. Arjuna stands in his chariot, his bow trembling in his hands. His eyes move across the battlefield, and what he sees breaks his courage. Friends stand on the opposite side. Teachers stand on the opposite side. People he once loved are now enemies in a conflict he never imagined would become his responsibility. His breathing becomes shallow. His strength drains from his body. And finally, overwhelmed by doubt and sorrow, Arjuna lowers his bow. The warrior who was once fearless now sits down in his chariot, defeated before the battle even begins. And beside him stands Krishna, calm, steady, unshaken by the storm of emotions surrounding them. Krishna does not scold Arjuna. He does not shame him for feeling afraid. Instead, Krishna begins to speak with a voice that carries both compassion and truth. He reminds Arjuna that moments of confusion often appear just before a person steps into their true purpose. He explains that fear does not mean failure. Doubt does not mean weakness. Sometimes these emotions simply mean that the soul is standing at the doorway of transformation. Maybe this is your Kurukshetra moment. Maybe the battlefield you are standing on is not filled with armies, but with responsibilities, decisions, and uncertainties. Maybe your bow is not made of wood and string, but of courage and hope that feel difficult to hold right now. Maybe you too have moments where you want to sit down and say, "I cannot do this anymore." But just as Krishna stood beside Arjuna in that moment of collapse, Krishna stands beside you now in the middle of your uncertainty. Close your eyes for a moment if you can, and breathe slowly. Krishna, compassionate guide of the weary heart, we come before you today not with perfect words, but with honest emotions. You see the battles that remain hidden from the world. You see the quiet tears, the anxious thoughts, the silent questions that echo in the middle of the night. Nothing about this soul listening right now is invisible to you. Krishna, protector of those who feel overwhelmed, wrap your presence around this person in this moment. Calm the storms moving through their mind. Ease the tension that has been building in their chest. Replace the heavy weight of fear with the steady strength of faith. Where there is confusion, bring clarity. Where there is exhaustion, bring renewal. Where there is financial stress and worry about tomorrow, open doors that seemed impossible only days ago. Guide opportunities toward them. Align the right people, the right moments, and the right decisions in ways that they cannot yet see. Krishna, you who guided Arjuna through doubt, guide this soul through their current battlefield. Remind them that delays are not denials. Remind them that preparation often feels like struggle. Remind them that seeds grow underground long before anyone sees the flower. If there are wounds in their heart, begin healing them gently. If they feel forgotten or overlooked, let them feel the warmth of divine companionship today. If their mind has been racing with fear about the future, quiet those fears like a calm river smoothing restless waves. And if you feel comfortable doing so, whisper this declaration quietly or in your heart right now. Krishna walks beside me. Again, with faith. Krishna walks beside me. Let those words settle into your spirit like light entering a dark room. Krishna, guide the steps of this listener toward opportunities that restore hope. Open paths that seemed closed. Send unexpected blessings into their life. Provide solutions to problems that have felt unsolvable. Restore relationships that need healing. Protect their family, their home, their peace. Strengthen them in moments when their energy feels low. Lift their courage when they feel close to giving up. Remind them that they are not defined by temporary circumstances, but by the strength of the soul within them. Sometimes Krishna sends a message just days before everything begins to change. Sometimes the hardest chapter appears just before a new door opens. Sometimes the confusion you feel today is simply the final moment before clarity arrives. Krishna, if this person has been waiting for a sign that things will shift, let this moment be that sign. Let them sense that unseen forces are already arranging the next steps of their journey. Protect their mind from destructive thoughts. Guard their heart from hopelessness. Fill their spirit with quiet determination that cannot be shaken by temporary storms. Let them wake tomorrow with renewed energy. Let new ideas appear in their mind. Let opportunities approach them from directions they never expected. Let their financial situation gradually improve through wisdom, discipline, and the right circumstances arriving at the right time. Krishna, you are the charioteer who guides souls through the battlefield of life. Hold the reins of this person's journey. When they cannot see the road ahead, guide the chariot anyway. And if you are listening right now, take one slow breath and declare this with faith. I will not fear today. Again, softly, I will not fear today. Because fear loses its power when faith begins to speak. Krishna, fill this space with peace. Let the anxiety that has been lingering begin to loosen its grip. Let the racing thoughts slow down. Let hope quietly return like the first light of dawn after a long night. Remind this listener that they are not late in life. They are not forgotten. They are not abandoned by destiny. They are simply standing at the edge of a new chapter that has not yet revealed its full beauty. Krishna, let them feel guided today. Let them notice small signs of encouragement around them. Let them experience moments of calm that remind them they are protected. And as this prayer gently comes to a close, allow one final truth to settle deeply into their heart. The challenges you have been facing were not meant to destroy you. They were preparing you, preparing your strength, preparing your wisdom, preparing your spirit for the chapter that is beginning to unfold. Krishna has not left your story unfinished. He is already guiding the next page, already arranging the next opportunity, already placing the right people and the right moments along your path. So walk forward today with quiet courage, because Krishna is not only watching over your life, he is preparing you for the new chapter that is about to begin.